My name is Kazi Rouf. Today my presentation is Group Micro-credit for poverty and stress relief among marginalized women in Bangladesh and in Canada. So I am presenting this paper in the Culture and Psychotherapy Conference, Metropolitan Hotel, Toronto, March 29, 2011. So, you know that feminizations of poverty and its effects on disadvantaged women in Bangladesh as well as in Canada, even all over the world. In Bangladesh context, 57% of rural women in Bangladesh are unable to fulfill their basic needs: food, shelter, clothing, health, and education. The acute poverty among these marginalized women resulted in suffering from violence, illiteracy, isolation, malnutrition, high child mortality, and lower life expectancy, women trafficking, and becoming landless. The children are suffering from malnutrition, illiteracy, child labor, teenage marriage, and other social problems in Bangladesh. The acute poverty made it difficult for them to participate to recreational events like theater, music, events, festival events, theaters, etc., and activities that affect their self-esteem and confidence and escalate their mental stress and depression. You know that when people are in music, in sports, theater, festivals, so the life is more lively, more fun, people are very happy. But when the uncertainty, the life becomes monotonous. So that is actually because people are unable to afford those entertainments. So these socio-economic and cultural crises lead to isolation, suffering from mental crisis, mental stress, and depression that leads to greater risk for diabetes and high blood pressure. So it is not only mental, it is also physical problem. Feminizations of poverty also exist in Bangladeshi Canadian first generation women, especially single mothers who are suffering from tension, from frequent job loss, temporary part-time jobs, night duties, high rent payment, high traveling costs, and other family expenditures and life expenditure. Moreover, these Bangladeshi-speaking women immigrants find it stressful to learn the Canadian English accent, to get experience through voluntary without pay, not having access to professional jobs in spite of their professional education, rather working customer service jobs with less pay. This poverty situation causes stress, depression, and also trauma, which leads to family violence, which causes separation, divorce among couples, affecting the minds and career life of the second generation. Also, it affects first generation, this mental trauma, mental depression, when also affect the second generation, because they saw their parents are in mental depression, mental all the time thinking and crisis. So this also affects the second generation. Moreover, single mothers are increasing among them, resulting in more economic hardship, resulting in anxiety, nervousness, and mental pressure among them. These mental crises affect their health, increase blood pressure, and diabetes. So, group-based microcredit programs in Bangladesh and in Canada, actually how this microcredit works to poverty eradicate, and how it also impact on to make reduce their mental stress, because when people are relieved from economic stress, they also relieved from mental stress, social stress, and other family stress. So Grameen Bank of Bangladesh group-based microcredit program provides these marginalized women to networking among them, to organize them, and to share their experience of business, sharing business experience, the life experience, the family problem, the community problem with each other. And they also make, which is one kind, we can say, neighborhood clubs. In these clubs, they gather once a week, every once a week in the morning, and sometimes also they have special meeting at night, and they share their experience. So this is one platform for them to network, to share information, and also to share the life problem. So this is in Bangladesh. In Toronto, we have also Altana Savings, a credit union program that gives community, it is one kind of community banking. In Vancouver, Van City Community Loan Fund, Ottawa Community Microloan Program have created thousands of jobs and incomes among micro borrowers. As a result, these micro borrowers are able to fulfill their basic needs and become independent in their life. They have developed networks with other micro borrowers through forming groups and cooperatives. These mini cooperatives participants now become, instead of silent, inactive in the community, in the family, rather than they become economic actors, social actors, community actors in their communities in Bangladesh and in Canada. They now, instead of handout receiver, they now become the income generator in their families. So they have now value, they have now count in the family, in the community. These women taking loan, they are involved in horticulture, homestead gardening, poultry farming, fishing, sewing, and other many grocery business, involved in manufacturing jobs, handicrafts, mother crafts, and child care center, etc. And seed processing, seed producing, seed preparing, and processing and storage. So, I conduct research in Bangladesh and in Toronto with micro borrowers. So there were 61 borrowers in each country, micro borrowers. So, and in Toronto, I conducted this survey, and Danforth area, which is eastern part of Toronto, or Scarborough area. So I conducted this survey in February and March 2011. And in Bangladesh, I conduct the survey in January to April 2010. So, survey area participants are from Danforth Island, East Europe, Middle Scarborough area, where 90% Bangladeshi Canadians are concentrated in this area. And the purpose of the survey was to know what problems these immigrant first-generation women are facing in their family life and in their community life and in community activities. The researcher designed a questionnaire and conducted face-to-face interviews with 61 immigrant women who were selected purposefully. The same thing I also did in Bangladesh, in the central Bangladesh, Dhaka district, and then Gazipur and Narayanganj, Tanga and Kumilla. So those are the 4 districts I went there and collected information directly from Grameen Bank women borrowers. So Grameen Bank portfolio, Grameen Bank serves microcredit to 8.5 million poor people through 130,000 rural landless association in 71,000 villages in Bangladesh. 97% of its borrowers are women. Grameen Bank operates nationwide through 2,200 branches across Bangladesh. The repayment rate is 97%, has been sustained since 1979. Total loan disbursement 8 billion and repayment is 6 billion has been repaid. Current borrowers' savings are 4 billion. See how big, and these are US dollar. Moreover, in 2003, Grameen Bank initiated a new program called Vegas Micro-credit Program. Within these few years, it has 120,000 beggars joined in this program and provided microloans without interest to them. 75% of amount disbursed has already been paid off by them. 20,000 beggars have left begging and are making a living as door-to-door sales persons. Now they became a business entrepreneur instead of beggar. Among them, 10,000 beggars have joined Grameen Bank Group mainstream program. That means they take the loan and also repay the services of the bank. See how there's graduating from no beggars to entrepreneurs taking loan without interest, then graduated to business entrepreneurs taking loan with interest and repaying nicely. So this is moreover 97% government borrowers have increased their family income. 58% cross the poverty line, the great achievement, and able to fulfill their basic needs. More than 80% of Grameen Bank borrowers lead decision making in their family. More than 90% of women borrowers support their children's education financially. All Grameen Bank women borrowers live in Pakka and semi-buildings. 91% of Grameen Bank women participants reported that they work together with their family members to manage their day-to-day expenses. Grameen Bank women borrowers community engagement space development. In this regard, my study shows that 98% of Grameen Bank women borrowers are engaging in community organizations, like involved in immunization center, join in local insurance company, visit, involved in nutrition projects, involved in child education, involved in coaching centers, elementary school managing committee, etc. 94% of the study participants do not face programs engaging in community activities, which is totally different from 70s. At that time, women walk on the street is really a problem. Now, you see, 94% women say that they don't have any problem to involve, to engage in any community activities. In 2009, there was a national sub-district Upazila election. So in that election, out of 481 seats, 114 female chairs were elected from Gramin Bank women borrowers and families, which is 25% of the total national seats. It's a great achievement. So, and it is increasing day by day, will increase. Now, these women have developed networking with their neighbors and become economic actors, family actors, social actors, community actors in their families and in their communities. So, one example I can say that after the Upazila election, sub-district election, the Gramin Bank borrowers, those who elected female vice chair, Professor Yunus invited them to have a lunch in Gramin Bank head office in March 22nd in 2009. These women came, this chairman, these chairs came and have a lunch with Professor Yunus and share their experience, this election experience. So it is a great achievement. So now I'm talking about the survey findings in Toronto. 90% women have Bangladeshi college and university education, but no vocational technical skills. 95% of them were housewives in their back home in Bangladesh, but fifth of them are temporarily paid employment in Toronto, meaning that 80% of them are temporarily or contract basis co-op labor job in Toronto. Half of them mentioned their family income below $25,000. 90% participants reported that they are living in substandard life in Toronto. Although these women are working and the husbands also working, but still they are struggling to have a quality life in Toronto. Moreover, 4/5 participants reported that they have deficit family budget and scarce to fulfill their basic needs like food, shelter, clothing, health, although both couples are working. So maximum of them say that they are unable to participate in the sports, music, theater events is going on in Toronto. They have different festivities. So they again brought second-hand clothing, eat less vegetables, fruits, and meats, as these are more expensive. These are very essential for balanced diet, for making the body healthy. For example, one lady, I also take some the comments. One woman in Scarborough, she says, Bangladeshi woman says, Amina says, I have lost in the bright light, high cost consumer society in Toronto. I cannot maintain family friendship with my friends as I have run myself for earning money. Hence, I have kept isolated in the multicultural society. So, first generation Bangladeshi Canadian women squeezed their social life because they find they have faced a socio-economic hardship life in Toronto. They do not have enough skills to cope with changing technology. they are not able to visit drama, theater, sports, music, clubs, and entertainment events frequently, as these are expensive that lead them to monotonous life. All these participants reported that they are traumatized, stressed to North American English in speaking, reading, and writing, side by side doing low-paying cog labor jobs at their 35 to 55 years age that are not used in their home country. You know, to learn new language like English is difficult at the later stage of life. So, you see, both Bangladesh and Canada, the Bangladeshi women, marginalized women, are suffering because of poverty, and that poverty leads them, the whole finding says that it makes them some stress, some pressure, mental pressure to fulfill their basic needs. So now, I have some alternative suggestions. As paid employment is shrinking and is scarce day by day all over the world, especially in Bangladesh and Canada, self-employment would be one of the options for generating income to fulfill their basic needs in the family and to relieve them from stress, tension. The microloan program and mini cooperatives can assist unemployed people to make networking among them, to start small business, to get business capital to start their business and to earn income and become self-employed in their life and to empower them economically and socially in their living area. Also, I say at the same time, I also provide more family budget counselors, self-employment counselors, and stress management counselors, counseling psychologists, I would like to say, to these diaspora women to co-opt them in the new diaspora situation at their first 5 years of arrival, in addition to settlement services in Canada. So, same thing also in Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, we don't have any family counselors, marriage counselors, psychologists. There are some counseling psychologists are in Dhaka, those who are privately fee-based thing, and there are very few. So also I urge to Bangladesh that more counseling psychologists from government institutions, like from Women Affairs, Ministry of Women Affairs, Ministry of Department of Welfare Department, they can employ some people, and these people can counsel, and these counselors can provide some services to the people, those who are really traumatized, mentally depressed, so to relieve from such kind of trauma, mental pressure, mental tension. So another suggestion I would like to say that intra and inter-ethnic group network, body network would enhance among these diaspora women in Toronto. I would like to say in Bangladesh context, the microfinance institutions, they are really make a tremendous job in Bangladesh to poverty eradication, but they can also include some employees, some people provide some services regarding counseling services, like those are really very trauma situation, mental crisis situation, mental pressure situation. So how they can balance with poverty as well as the mental stress. So this is my short presentation. for this conference. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me right now, or if any comment, please feel free to send to me to my email, rouf, ROUF 56 @hotmail.com. So thank you. Bye.